Gautama Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, taught over 2,500 years ago that life is suffering. But why is it that most people seem to experience so much unhappiness? Today, we'll explore 5 reasons why unhappiness persists and what we can do about it. Reason number 1. Impermanence. One of Buddha's core teachings is that everything in life is impermanent. We often struggle to accept this, clinging to the idea that things will remain unchanged. Imagine someone who spent years in a fulfilling job, only to be let go due to company downsizing. This individual might feel a deep sense of loss and confusion, as their identity and routine were tied to that role. They may resist moving on, struggling with the idea that their role was temporary. By accepting that change is inevitable, they could instead see this as an opportunity for growth and new beginnings, rather than a source of suffering. Reason number 2. The burden of expectations. Expectations, both self-imposed and those from society, often lead to unhappiness. Consider a young couple who've just bought their dream home. They feel the weight of expectations to maintain a perfect house and lifestyle to match. But as life happens, they encounter unexpected expenses, and their home needs more maintenance than anticipated. They may feel unhappy because they can't meet the idyllic standard they set for themselves. This aligns with Natsume Soseki's observation that even those who appear content often carry hidden burdens. If they could release these expectations and focus on the joy of simply having a home, their perspective might shift from dissatisfaction to gratitude. Reason number 3. The negativity bias. Our brains are wired to remember the negative more vividly than the positive. For instance, imagine a manager who receives overwhelming praise on a project but hears one critical comment from a peer. Despite the 20 positive reviews, they focus only on that single piece of criticism. This is negativity bias in action, which can cloud our perception and lead to unhappiness. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, would remind us to expect challenges and criticism as part of life. By accepting these, we can prevent negativity from dominating our emotions and instead focus on the constructive elements of the feedback. Reason number 4. Comparison with others. Social media fuels constant comparison, often making us feel like we're falling behind. Picture a woman scrolling through her social feed, seeing photos of friends traveling, dining out, or achieving milestones she hasn't yet reached. Although she's achieved many personal goals, the constant comparison leaves her feeling inadequate. This comparison trap is a recipe for unhappiness. Stoic philosophy teaches that our value isn't determined by others, but by our own virtues and actions. By focusing on her own journey and acknowledging her accomplishments, she could shift from feeling envious to feeling content and proud of her unique path. Reason number 5. Attachment to desires. Buddha taught that attachment to desires can be a major source of suffering. Take, for example, someone who's been working tirelessly to save for a luxury car. They finally purchase it and feel immense joy, but soon after they start worrying about potential scratches, maintenance costs, and losing its newness. This person becomes consumed by these fears, which erode their initial happiness. Much like in Full Metal Alchemist, where every desire comes with a price, they experience the consequences of their attachment. By recognizing that this joy is fleeting and that true happiness isn't found in material possessions, they could refocus on lasting inner peace instead of momentary gratification, finding balance in modern life. So what can we do about these sources of unhappiness? Small practices like gratitude journaling, spending time in nature, and mindful breathing can help us manage our responses to life's challenges. By accepting impermanence, adjusting our expectations, and focusing on self-growth rather than comparison, we can reduce our suffering and find inner peace. Ultimately, both Buddhism and Stoicism teach that suffering is part of life, but how we respond to it can make all the difference. Let's embrace these teachings to find greater happiness and balance in our everyday lives. If you're interested in discovering more about how Buddhism influences our lives and how these ideas can inspire positive change in your life, make sure to like, subscribe, and join us on this journey of mindfulness and understanding. Thank you for watching.